Welcome to today's top headlines from Zir News 24. It's Friday, the 20th of Jaza 1404 in the Afghan calendar, equivalent to June 20th, 2025. Bringing you the latest national and international news. Top headlines. Maulawi Abdul Salam Hanafi, Afghanistan seeks to expand cooperation in mining, transit, and trade with China and South Asian countries. International Migrants Day. The European Union reiterates its support for Afghan refugees. Foreign Minister Muttaqi condemns Israeli airstrikes on Iran, calling them a clear violation of international law. United Nations places Israeli army on its list of shame for violations against children. Israeli airstrikes in Gaza kill 92 civilians. Hanafi promotes economic cooperation. Maulawi Abdul Salam Hanafi, Deputy Prime Minister for Administrative Affairs, stated during the 9th China-South Asia Expo that Afghanistan is eager to boost cooperation with China and South Asian countries in areas like mining, energy, transit, technology, and trade. He highlighted Afghanistan's unique geographic location and its potential role as a connecting bridge between Central, South, and East Asia. EU expresses support for Afghan refugees. Marking International Migrants Day, the European Union issued a statement reaffirming its commitment to supporting Afghan refugees. It emphasized ongoing assistance to displaced populations in Afghanistan, Iran, Pakistan, and Central Asia, including access to safety, education, and livelihoods. The EU is also supporting IOM Afghanistan with 47 million euros, especially to benefit women and vulnerable groups through services like health and education. Muttaqi condemns Israeli attacks on Iran. Foreign Minister Amir Khan, Muttaqi met with Iran's ambassador in Kabul, Alireza Baigdeli, where he strongly condemned the recent Israeli strikes on Iran. Muttaqi said these actions clearly violate international law and reiterated Afghanistan's solidarity with the Iranian people. He also offered to support the return of Iranian pilgrims through Afghan territory. Ambassador Baigdeli expressed hope that both sides can coordinate to facilitate this effort. Islamic Development Bank to help 4,000 children. UNICEF Afghanistan announced that the Islamic Development Bank, the OIC, the Humanitarian Fund for Afghanistan, and the Saudi Fund are working together to provide safe education environments for 4,000 children in Western Afghanistan. 8 public schools in Bajis and Herat, damaged in the 2023 earthquakes, are being rehabilitated as part of this initiative, funded by a $2.75 million grant. Pakistan offers one-year visas for Afghan drivers. The Pakistani embassy in Kabul announced that the Pakistani government will now issue one-year visas to Afghan truck drivers and logistics workers. The visa fee will be $100. This move comes as a relief to many Afghan transporters facing delays and issues with visa access. That's all for the national news. Now over to our colleague with the latest international updates.
Iran-Israel war enters second week. Iran has launched another wave of missile attacks targeting southern Israel, reportedly striking key locations and escalating the conflict into a more dangerous phase. In retaliation, the Israeli military struck several Iranian military sites, with reports indicating significant damage. These developments come as Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi meets with his counterparts from France, the UK, and Germany in Geneva. The talks are expected to focus on Iran's nuclear program and calls to halt Israeli aggression in Gaza. Although the exact casualty figures from the latest missile strikes are unconfirmed, regional violence continues to intensify, prompting European countries to seek diplomatic solutions. 92 killed in Israeli strikes on Gaza. Israeli forces have killed at least 92 Palestinians in a series of fresh attacks across Gaza, many of them civilians waiting in aid lines. Reports show that on Thursday alone, 64 were killed in Gaza City in the north, and 16 more near the Nitzarim corridor where people gather for food aid. Thousands are relying on aid delivered by U.S. and Israeli-backed organizations, but the UN has criticized the use of humanitarian assistance as leverage. Witnesses say the bombardment began late at night, leaving civilians no chance to escape. Casualties are rising rapidly, especially among those simply trying to access food. UN again blacklists Israeli army over violations against children. The UN has once again added the Israeli military to its annual list of shame for grave violations against children. This marks the second consecutive year Israel has been listed for killing and injuring children and targeting schools and hospitals. The UN Secretary General's report highlights that Israel's actions violate international norms of warfare. Despite Israel's dismissal of the list as political, child rights groups have confirmed the violations, stating the evidence is overwhelming and Israel must be held accountable. Trump says it will decide within 2 weeks on Iran-Israel involvement. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt stated that President Donald Trump will decide within 2 weeks whether the U.S. should get involved in the ongoing Iran-Israel air conflict. She emphasized that the decision is based on Trump's direct message and ongoing assessments. With the situation growing more dangerous, analysts warn that U.S. involvement could further escalate the conflict. Trump has yet to specify the nature of potential involvement, but says the matter is being closely monitored. Chinese student jailed for 24 years in UK for drugging and assaulting women. A London court sentenced 28-year-old Chinese student Xinhao Zhu to 24 years in prison for drugging and sexually assaulting at least 10 women. Zhu met victims via dating apps, invited them to his home, drugged them, and committed assaults. Police recovered hundreds of videos, hidden cameras, and messages, with fears that more than 50 victims may exist. The judge called him a manipulative and calculated predator. Authorities have warned the public to be cautious with online interactions. These were the international updates. Stay with us for the latest in sports, and don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to our pages at Zir News 24.
Now let's move into the world of sports. Abu Muslim Farah to compete in AFC Challenge League playoffs. The Afghanistan Football Federation has confirmed that Abu Muslim Farah, champion of the fourth season of Afghanistan's Premier League, will compete in the AFC Challenge League playoffs. The team is set to face Bhutan's Paro FC in a qualifier match. This match will be held on August 12, 2025, at the Changlimathang Stadium in Thimphu, Bhutan. If Abu Muslim Farah wins, they will advance to the group stage of the AFC Challenge League. Hero Afghanistan Futsal Premier League Round 4. In today's fourth round of the Hero Afghanistan Futsal Premier League, DR Sanai FC is facing off against Omid FC. Later today, Zaitun FC is also scheduled to play against Etihad FC. Sayed Abdullah Takar defeats Bahar Azadi Bamiyan in preliminary league. In the Northeastern Zone, hosted by Kunduz Province as part of the Afghanistan Heroes Preliminary League, Sayed Abdullah Takar defeated Bahar Azadi Bamiyan with a score of 2-0. Shafiqullah Azad from Sayed Abdullah Shahid team was named the player of the match. That concludes today's news roundup. Don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe to our pages on Facebook, Instagram, X, and YouTube at Zir News 24. Until tomorrow's bulletin, goodbye and take care.